Why did I have to play supermarket hide and seek this morning? Oh, that's right, Dementia Dawn's tariff war. I had to go to 3 different grocery stores this morning. Not for fun, not because I needed something to do, just for basic things. And guess what? Shelves starting to get bare, freezers starting to get empty, prices are disrespectful. Remember when tariffs were just a political buzzword? But now we're full blown into this tariff war with China. But see, here's the real tea. Tariffs mean higher costs for you and for me. Companies are not going to eat those costs. They're going to pass them on to you and I. You know why? Because the American way is to pass it on to the consumer. That apple you used to get for $1, $2.50 now. If you can even find an apple, beloved. When imports slow down and the prices shoot up, those shelves don't lie to you. They're telling you that this leadership ain't working for us. Is anybody else starting to see the impacts of tariffs in their grocery store? Because I am, and I'm tired already.
Welcome back to our channel, AI Crystal, where insight meets reality. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that's affecting millions around the globe. Food shortages, empty shelves, and the new wave of tariffs in 2025. What's really going on, what you're not being told, and how it could impact your everyday life. If you find value in what we share, don't forget to like this video, drop your thoughts in the comments, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and of course, subscribe to AI Crystal for more no-nonsense insights.
Am I the only one that's been stressing out every time they come on here? It's all about stocking up and shipments not coming in and how we need to grow food. That would be a waste of money for me because I would kill it in one day. I have noticed my dog's food at the pet store is $10, $11 more, but if that's all it does, I'm fine with that. I'm not happy with it, but I can deal with it. I have bills to pay. I could take my money and go stock up on $500 worth of stuff, but I don't want to get behind on my bills. What I'm doing is I'm just adding $50 extra to my grocery bill each week, and I'm just going to buy a little bit more each week. And trusting God. If you have God, you're okay. He will take care of us. We'll all have food. It may not be steak and potato, but we'll all have food. So don't stress out. I've got a list. I've made a list of things I need to pick up. And I'll just check them off as I go. And it's going to be practical things that if things get fixed and Donald Trump smooths it out, I can still use. Don't go buy, like me, if I went and bought stuff to make a cake, it better be an instant mix. Because this girl cannot bake. So it's just things like that, like cake mixes. I think tomorrow going to go pick up some powdered milk. That's just a common thing my mom had in her cabinet no matter what money prices were. And financial issues, she said it's better to not waste your gallon of milk and cook with that because you're not going to know the difference. So I am going to go buy some powdered milk just to have in the cabinet. It won't hurt. And maybe a couple extra mac and cheeses and canned goods in the cabinet because I can go without meat if I have to. If I can make a little bowl of mac and cheese and I'm good. So, and some pastas and things like that. I'm going to slowly buy them up. Where I live, so far, I haven't even seen empty shelves. And our Walmart has things stocked to the top. So, I think it just really depends on where you live. But if you don't hoard, then the rest of us can have some food. Get what you need, but don't take everything. I will not go on a shelf and see there's 5 things left and take all 5. Because somebody else might need it. Your hoarding during the pandemic is what screwed everybody over on toilet paper. I always have a couple in my house, but good Lord, don't put people to where they have to go out and scrounge for toilet paper and food because you want it a year's supply. Be conscious of others.
If you are one of those people who avoids the news like the plague because you are trying to keep your sanity, I get it. However, you need to know to prepare. You need to buy household staples. Rice and beans is a complete protein. Things that your family will need if you need to purchase a laptop or a phone, electronics, those kinds of things. If your car needs to be serviced, tires rotated, or purchase new tires, if you need to buy a new car, like, you want to go ahead and do that. So if you've been avoiding the news, then you do not know that we have implemented blanket tariffs on a lot of things. And America is phenomenal at marketing. We have sold the ideal of American exceptionalism. We have sold the American dream. But the American dream, the exceptionalism that is America, is not possible without the contributions of other countries. One of those main countries is China. And after, I think the last ship is scheduled to dock in America from China on May the 11th. A lot of news stations are reporting it, but like, you can watch Fox and they will tell you. The CEOs of Walmart and Target are sounding the alarm. Now, do I feel bad for them? No, because I feel like they supported this. Everybody knew that tariffs were inflationary, that the consumer was the one who actually paid the cost. And they supported it. So I don't feel bad for them as a company. I feel bad for people, because it won't be a matter of like whether or not you can afford it. Like, it's not a matter of affordability, it's a matter of accessibility. Like, you can't buy what is not available. Like, and even if you do not agree with me politically, this is not that conversation. We can have that conversation, but you don't have to agree with me politically for me not to want you or your children, your family, your neighbors to be harmed. Like, people will need food. I've got an entire playlist, recession preparation, that just talks about, items that you want to pick up. I started growing a garden from Dollar Tree on purpose to show you how to grow your own food. Scurvy is real, and a lot of us don't remember because, we don't read history. But one of the things that cost a lot of people their lives was scurvy because of lack of access to vitamin C, fresh fruits and vegetables. Even if you're not growing, get you some supplements. Medications are extremely important. If you are only getting 30-day prescriptions, see if your doctor will write you a 90, 180-day prescription. Y'all, we get so many medications from other countries. And the other part is people will say, oh, well, this will just encourage people to buy American made, which is fine, except for we still need components from other countries. So if we're talking food, even if the farmers are growing the potatoes in Idaho, we need the packaging, we need the trucks, the components that ensure that if the trucks need maintenance, that comes from other countries. How it gets from the farm to your table is a process that includes other countries. This is not about me not liking this administration. Now, do I like them? Absolutely not. And I don't have to like them, because what I'm concerned about is people not being able to eat, people not being able to get their medicine, people literally, scarcity becoming normal. And I get, like, Americans have a really bad memory. We forget things very quickly. But let me tell you, I've not forgotten the shortage caused by the pandemic, and I sure as heck have not forgotten what happened during the housing market crash. Y'all, this is not a drill. If you need rice, beans, peanut butter, tuna, you need pantry staple items. Like, I'm not telling you to go clear shelves. I'm not telling you to panic. I'm telling you to prepare. Prepare so that you and your family are okay.
All right, this is a PSA, public service announcement to the chickens out there. You need to start laying some more eggs, because in Whole Foods today, there's an egg shortage, okay? And I had to pay $11 for the Vital Farms pasture-raised eggs. $11.49. $11.49. So, it's a shortage of eggs, and we need you to start producing some more, because this is ridiculous, okay? Ridiculous.
I'm by no means trying to fearmonger people, but there is a pretty good chance that we're about to experience food shortages, and anything that is not on the shelf is going to be probably way more expensive. And people can prep, people can get like 4 weeks worth of food, whatever. But as someone who is prepping for the worst, I have something to recommend. These are ration bars. So these are 400 calories per bar. For anyone wondering, 3,600 calories is the amount to put on 1 pound of body weight. So in situations where people are starving, these are a really good option. Again, this is like prepping for the worst of the worst, but for anyone who's paranoid, I guess like I am, it's not a bad idea to get these. They are $19 on Amazon per bag. It's just an idea. It's something that I'm implementing in my emergency supply.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if we don't have food on these shelves in 2 weeks, it's not gonna be good. Crime rate is going to go to an all-time high. It is going to be horrible. If people have to travel hours and hours and hours to go find a location that has food on the shelves, they're going to be pissed. Listen, the YNs are going to come out of the woodworks. And they're going to be coming, and it's going to be horrible. Everybody, not just them, everybody. Okay? Because if I don't have no food to feed my children, and I'm speaking of just any person, okay? If I don't have food to feed my children, I'm going to figure out how to get it. Okay? And I'm going to get it, and I'm going to get it good. Okay? So this is not going to be good. People in my videos are like, well, I'm just going to steal. If the groceries and all this stuff go up, ain't no food on, whatever it is, if I need it, I'm going to steal it. And I don't agree with nothing, but at this point, I'm just kind of like,
how does everyone feel with the most recent events unfolding literally right in front of our eyes? You might be like, what is she talking about? If you haven't already heard, the ports are supposedly empty, and the CEO of Target, Walmart, and Home Depot went and had a conversation with President Trump to inform him, hey, our shelves are going to be bare, or, the prices of items are going to skyrocket within the next couple of weeks, maybe even the course of the next month, or, it might take a little bit longer in the next months, right? So, before I start talking about anything, I am in no way, shape, or form anyone that is political. That is not what I want to build my page off of. But whenever something is going to negatively affect my family or someone that I know, then, you might hear something out of me. But this is something dealing with the well-being of my family. Like, there's something like that's food. It's food. Your groceries are going to be affected. So, continuing on. There's this lady, I watched a video last night, and she said that she kept in touch with this coworker of hers that worked at one of the larger ports, one of the largest ports that there is. And she was saying that she kept in touch with her because she likes to know people. She likes to know people where other people don't know people. Or know people that she can get information from. So she asked her, because she got whiff of what's going on right now, is the port really empty? And she said that her old coworker said, I have nothing documented for the next 90 days. I have nothing documented for the next 90 days coming into this port. So guys, for the next 90 days, you can probably think to yourself that there's going to be nothing coming into the ports, right? And you're probably like, well, what about the smaller ones? Why would anything come into a smaller port if nothing's coming into the larger ports? So again, what do you think that it is going to affect? It's going to affect a lot of stuff because a lot of our stuff is imported from different countries. But you can mainly think to yourself that your food is going to be affected. So you need to focus on your food. You need to focus on your baby's formula. So with that being said, I'm going to show you something that I literally went and grabbed the other day, and I was just shopping with my family, and we were just walking around Five Below, and I walked past the books, and something said, grab that book, just grab it. And I was just like, okay, and my husband was just like, why did you grab that book? And I'm like, I don't know, but this is a book that I grabbed. People think that this is going to happen for whatever reason, and honestly, with the recent events going on, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'd rather be prepared than, scared. So I also wrote a list of things, and my list literally says, be prepared and not scared. So the things that you are going to want to try to prepare yourself for, which there's not enough things in this world that you could probably do to prepare yourself for the long term. I also think this is going to affect us in a long-term setting instead of a short-term, because whenever stuff like this happens, you can't necessarily go back on your word because you have most literally bitten the hand that feeds you. So again, my list has things that I'm going to do because I'm not going to be that shoulda, coulda, woulda person at all. I would rather be over-prepared and nothing happened than not prepared and something happened. So on my list it says things to do. Save things that can be reusable. So if you can recycle it, you probably can reuse it. You're probably like, what are these things that she's talking about? Save your junk mail envelopes. Save your pens. Whenever you go to the doctor's office and you have to sit down and fill out paperwork and they give you a pen, forget to give the pen back. At the bank, forget to give the pen back. Foil, Ziploc bags, plastic bags, bottles, containers, cups. The bottles, containers, and cups, you can reuse those, repurpose those, and use them as planters so that you can start your garden. So the next things that you're going to want to do is go buy a Perry bottle. If you have had a baby, you know what a Perry bottle is. It is a little bottle. It's basically like a manual bidet, and you fill it up with water, and it has a little top with holes in it, and you're able to spray yourself down after you use the bathroom. That will help if you cannot get toilet paper. Also, go buy a certain color cloth for your bathroom. That means go to the store. It can be the dollar store. It can be Dollar Tree or the $1.25 store now. Go there and get a cloth specific for the bathroom, and you clean those how you deem fit after you use them for your family, right? So go get you a cloth dedicated to the bathroom, only to the bathroom. You're going to use that specific cloth for your bathroom in case you are not able to get toilet paper. So go get bleach and go get other disinfectants. Whenever things start going downhill, then all of a sudden new things get released out into the air, and then, there's new viruses that we don't know anything about, and now everyone's getting sick. So go ahead and go buy your disinfectants. I have also heard that you can use bleach to purify water, but you have to do your own research on these things so that you can properly learn how to do so. So things to purchase, those things above were things that you can purchase, but that was just me jotting down some stuff. Next, so you are going to want to go buy some seeds to plant. Anything that you can think of, honestly. You can buy beans to plant. You can buy fruits, vegetables, like you name it. Probably just go ahead and grab it if you can grab it. Soil to help fertilize in case you do not have good soil in your ground. Next thing that you can do is buy a grinder. So if you do decide to buy types of seasonings, you can go ahead and grind them. So the next thing that I am going to do, not everyone has to do it, but I'm going to learn how to can. If you don't know what canning is, it is a way to make things that wouldn't necessarily be shelf stable, a shelf staple. So I am going to go buy mason jars and the seals so that I can learn how to can. I am also going to buy a large pot so that I can boil, because you'll need it. It's just a process of learning how to can. I'm going to go and buy rice. I am going to go buy dry beans, propane. You probably like, why propane? So in case anything happens in the house, we have a propane tank. I'm going to get more than one whenever I am able to, because my husband has a Blackstone that I got him for Christmas. So we are going to use that in case anything does decide to go down. Next thing, probably want to find the nearest farm that sells eggs and support small. And you probably can ask them, what type of, do you guys sell your, like your milk? What's going on with the milk right now. The FDA is changing labs supposedly, and for a temporary amount, or for a short amount of time, supposedly is supposed to, or they're not going to be testing milk. So in that instance, you do want to go ahead and buy powdered milk. Powdered milk is a thing. You can buy any kind of that, I believe. what is the next thing? Go and buy some Tylenol. Go make you a first aid kit. Make you a little kit of medicines that you think that if you were in pain, and you needed something, just go ahead and make you a little baggie of these medicines. The next thing that you probably want to do is look into natural remedies. Can you make this on your own to pinpoint what's going on with you? If you have health issues, probably put some of your meds aside for, in case of an emergency. Have an emergency stash, basically. You want to buy some water packets or the water flavor packets to save you from having to just drink strictly water. That will help you drink your water. And I believe I said baby wipes. I'm not sure, but baby wipes can help keep your skin clean. And if you know what field wipes are, they are those big thick wipes to help clean your skin. You can also grab those as well. That is my list. And also for the moms that have babies on formula, go ahead and stock up on your baby's formula, but do not overdo it, because there are other moms out here that are thinking the same thing that I am thinking. We have had a formula shortage before. Just be prepared and not scared, guys. Bye.
I'm trying to figure out, because I keep seeing videos on my FYP saying stock up on food because of the tariffs. There's going to be a shortage on food, all types of shit. But do y'all not realize food is expensive as hell? Like, and this is from a person who don't get food stamps. So I spend about $150 to $200 cash a week on groceries, and it don't even last the full week. I still come out of pocket to buy more food. If not, 9 times out of 10, I'll probably end up ordering out. But food is expensive. So y'all keep saying stock up, stock up, stock up. Where the money coming from? Let me know, because a bitch got bills too.
Here's where it gets political. Tariffs, those taxes countries place on imported goods, are playing a massive role in what we're seeing now. In early 2025, the U.S. imposed new tariffs on Chinese agricultural imports, claiming unfair trade practices. China hit back, placing export restrictions on fertilizers and key grain exports, cutting off supply to several African and South American nations. The EU introduced carbon border taxes, which increased the cost of importing food from developing countries that can't afford greener infrastructure. All of these policies are driving up prices globally. Food that's available is often unaffordable. In low-income countries, they're getting hit the hardest. Who is profiting from the crisis? We've got to ask, who benefits from this crisis? Because someone always does. Agri-giants and food traders like Cargill and ADM are posting record profits. Speculators in commodities markets are driving prices higher. Meanwhile, small farmers and consumers are squeezed from both ends. It's easy to feel helpless, but there are things we can do. Support local farmers and food co-ops. Push for better food policy, both locally and globally. Stay informed and hold companies and governments accountable. Let's be clear, this isn't just a food issue. It's a political issue. It's an environmental issue. And it's a human rights issue. If we don't take this seriously now, it's going to get much worse. If this video helped you understand what's going on, or opened your eyes, make sure to like, share, and comment your thoughts below. We want to hear how this crisis is affecting you. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more critical breakdowns like this one. Stay informed, stay strong, and stay fed.